Obviously, at various points in North Korea, there have been American prisoners there. We know that sometimes they are returned to us, and that is seems like good news, but it can end really horribly. With Otto Warmbier, that happened. It's happened in the past before as well. But we have a little bit of good news, and it has to do with 3 prisoners that the U.S. has persistently demanded the release of. They're U.S. citizens, Kim Dong-chul, Tony Kim, and Kim Hak-song. Were held on charges of committing espionage or unidentified hostile acts against North Korea, which could, based on my experience, mean virtually anything. God only knows what they did or didn't do or were suspected of doing. And they are apparently at this point the only prisoners believed to be held in North Korea. Or at least they were, because they have now actually been released. South Korea welcomed the release of the prisoners, 2 of whom were arrested during Donald Trump's presidency, calling it very positive for a successful North Korean-United States summit. And a senior US official said the prisoner release was an American condition to the planned talks between the leaders of the United States and North Korea. So they never should have been prisoners in the first place, so it seems like nonsense that we have to go through this at all, but obviously it is good news, and it does apparently have to do with the planned summit that will be happening at some point in the near future.
I think the scariest thing about this is that after his tweet, I'm looking on Twitter, nobody believed him. And that's so sad that that's
Donald
where
Trump,
we
you're
are.
saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the president. Yeah. In this country right now, that the president can make a statement like 3 American prisoners are coming home from North Korea, and the majority of people, at least on my feed, and I follow great people, are like, we'll see. That is,
Well, I think part of the reason is that last week, Rudy Giuliani said that they would be coming home on Thursday, and then 2 things happened. 1, they didn't, and 2, he's not a White House employee and doesn't have a security clearance, so nobody could explain how he would even know about that. He is 100% not supposed to have that information.
And then
and it turns out to be inaccurate anyway.
The other part of the reason is that everything is a lie.
Yeah, everything is a lie. No, thankfully they did in the end come home. It took a few extra days, but obviously this is amazing for both them, their friends and family and all of that. So at least a little bit of credit.
Yeah, because to Brooks' point, I just read something last week. I wish I remembered exactly who wrote it, but he was saying this is a result of a president that lies consistently. So people always say, oh yeah, big deal, he stretched his truth a little bit. Or I think Rick Santorum was on CNN saying, yeah, I wish he'd be a little bit more honest with the truth at times every once in a while, so-and-so. There's always a roundabout way of saying he's a consistent liar. Now, a result of that is people won't even believe you when it's something that's the truth, finally. I mean, it's the age-old tale, you know?
That's right, it's like Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Exactly, so then once there is something real or serious or necessary to convey to the American people, no one's gonna believe anymore, even your supporters, because they go, oh, we don't believe him, but we don't wanna worry about that because we don't wanna make him look bad, we don't wanna say anything critical of him because he'll crumble and get angry and start throwing a tantrum. So this is a result of that. So when it's something that's real or positive for these 3 men that are gonna be released, or that have been released, you have no more of the support of even your own supporters. They just go, oh, maybe it's the truth.
Can you imagine, like I remember the feeling when I'm sure all of us here were all watching the TV, and when we hear Osama bin Laden is dead, and like actual chills like over my body. I can't imagine being in a weird state of, we'll see. I need more proof. Like that's sad.
It was very late at night, yeah.
Because you know what, immediately after, maybe you'll get to this, I hope not, and I'll be the one to say it. What you get is him saying, because of me, it's me. It's me. It's me. Everybody says I should win a Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, that is true, yes.
I don't think so, but everyone else thinks that I should win a Nobel Peace Prize.
First, no, not everyone thinks that. But 2, this does appear to be, I guess, because of him. I mean, obviously, US journalists are going to be biased in terms of their knowledge about the US as opposed to other countries. And so I'm not shocked to find out that the vast majority of journalists don't know anything about South Korea and what they've been doing. And obviously, the regime there has came into power with the promise that there would be this new phase of attempted reconciliation with North Korea. So it's entirely possible that that's a part of it as well. But I'm not gonna deny that obviously something about this upcoming summit.
No, not the upcoming summit. Which parts of Donald Trump's behavior towards any of the, I'm not even call it negotiations because none of it has happened, but any of the discussions with Kim Jong-un would lead to this type of positive result? Is it Rocket Man? Maybe tweets? Because suddenly, okay, Kim Jong-un is 34 years old. Okay, he's a younger guy. Is it tweets? He's go, oh man, you know what? I disrespected other previous president. But you know what, this guy tweets and he calls me names. this works for me. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't think it's that, obviously, but I do think, look, I think that agreeing without any preconditions whatsoever to meet with him could very well end up being a disaster, and I do think that there's a serious cost associated with that, but that doesn't mean that you're not gonna get something out of that, and this might well be that. In addition to the closing down of that site that likely wasn't operating anyway, and they probably have all the information they already need in terms of their ballistic missiles technology. So some of it doesn't really apparently count for much, but this is something, and it does seem like it's due to the fact that they're gonna have that summit.
True. So
look, when this all falls to hell and it becomes a disaster, I will report it to you.
This thing,
but good news is good news.
Right, the South Korean president is kind of just sitting in the middle, babysitting, just kind of like coddling everyone's emotions and everyone's ego.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Because you're right. What?
Stuck in the middle with you.
There's international. This is something else happened beginning of his presidency. There's international discussions among other leaders that say there's a certain way you approach this president. You say nice things to him, you be nice to him, and you'll get what you want. That was widespread and well known. I think everyone knew that except for Donald Trump. But so there's a way that they approach him and then be like, oh, look, everyone's nice to me. I'm really getting things done. And cool, if things get done, you're not gonna catch me complaining about it. It's just you have to be aware. So this leads me to my other point. So Kim Yong-chol, I believe, he's the chairman of the Workers' Party there. And he was also working with Mike Pompeo when he went. So he point out that the decision to engage with the United States with this upcoming summit in a place we don't know where and when yet is not a result of the sanctions that have been imposed from the outside. So he's rebuffing what we're saying here. And he also said Trump's maximum pressure tactics, maybe that's the Rocket Man stuff?
Probably, or the Fire and Fury.
Yeah, is not what brought them to the negotiating table. They said they're willing to denuclearize only if Washington withdraws their hostile policies too. So it's not as simple and straightforward as we're saying. Again, that's not being a hater.
I agree.
That's just pointing out it's deeper than that, and I hope they're thinking at one more level. That's all. Maybe one more level.
I was trying to acknowledge that with talking about South Korea's the leading parties. It's not. I grant it's not totally up to that, and I think that if it were, it would probably end horrifically. But it is happening. I'm just saying it's happening.
I agree with that.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.